Hey guys, we're going to talk about some lattice subtraction, which probably sounds weird, but just check it out. So let's just start with subtracting. I know it could be very offsetting if I said, let's say, 60,705 subtracted by 59,874. Well, with lattice, you separate it off place value still. Okay, and I just go ahead and make the top part a rectangle so I can do corner to corner in my boxes. So you just set up like that. And now if I think about it, and I really don't have to box this bottom part, but it keeps your eyes from dawdling, mixing and mingling. So anyway, I can go ahead and look at this, and I'm going to look for any red flags I have. I see 5 minus 4, which should be good, but I notice right over, I see 70 minus 87, and that's not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and take my larger number here and make that a 6 and make this a 10. But then I look over here and I'll have another issue all over again. So I'm going to go ahead again, take from my larger number. And usually it's the zeros in the middle become a 9. But in this case, the only is the last, and it's going to have to be a 10. So we go ahead and regroup. And so I could even put this 10 right here, because anytime I regroup, I make note of it. So I got 5 minus 4, that's 1. 10 minus 7 is 3. 6 minus 8, I still got to regroup. So, I actually did this one too early. I made this a 10 already. I'm going to make this a 16. So, since I regrouped, added a 10. Anytime you add a 10, you stick it up there. This is now 9. So, 16 minus 8 is 8. And then 9 minus 9 is 0. And 5 minus 5 is also 0. So, that means my answer is just 831. If I did another one, a lot of things that throw students off with regrouping is to regroup over and over and over again, because anytime you root, that number is now changed forever. It's irreversible. So anytime I regroup, I add a 10 to myself, I stick that added 10 so it looks like the number. That's just all lattice subtraction is doing, at least the way I use it. So I see that I got to regroup here. I make that a 12 because it's not a 2 anymore. And I took from that 3 and made it a 2. Now if I were to go along, I would say, uh-oh. But now 2 can't subtract from 9, so now 2 needs some help. Add a 10 to themselves, and I take from that 1. Then I got another issue. So I take from the 5, the 6 make it a 5, and make that a 10. So you see how I ended up regrouping 3 times. And so now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I see 12 minus 9 equals 3. I see 12 minus 9 equals 3. And 10 minus 9 equals 1. And 5 minus 5 is 0. So my answer is 133. I'll do one more. And this time I'm going to use a decimal. I'll do 311 and 58 cents minus $93.69. Again, just by looking, you can say, oh boy, because you do have a lot of regrouping. And one thing about the decimal, you do it the same as like this top one, you just bring the decimal down. So whatever you get, that decimal is just going to be right here. So I separate it based off its place values. And I just draw a line from corner to corner, so that way I can put my 10s placed in the top section, 1's placed in the bottom. And I say 8 minus 9, nope, I'm going to have to make that an 18, so that's not an 8 anymore. This is now a 4. Then I got 4 minus 6. Do I have to regroup again? Yes or no? And the answer is yes. I have to now make that a 14. And this becomes a 0 because I take from the place right next to me. I take from my larger number. So now I got another issue because 0 can't subtract from 3. So now I go ahead and take from this 0. It's 1 now. He's a 0 now because I took from him, and now I added a 10 to myself. So now it's not 0, it's 10. But then he's going to have issues too. But luckily for him, he's got a friend that's nearby. He's going to take from him or borrow, and he's now going to be a 10 as well. So you see I had to regroup 1, 2, 3, 4 different times, and even changing the number. Don't make this a 15 right here because you took from him, so he's became a 4, but then he needed help. And then this person they just add 10 to whoever they ended up with. Now that I've done all my issues, I can go ahead and solve it. 18 minus 9 is 9. 14 minus 6 is 8. 10 minus 3 is 7. And 10 minus 9 is 1. And 2, I bring it down because there's nothing to subtract from. So my answer is $217.89. I hope it helps. But remember the steps. First, you got to stack those numbers. As you see, I had my bigger number on top and my smaller number on the bottom. And then I went on ahead and separated it based off place value. I complete that box so that way I can go ahead and separate it, lattice it up. And I put my tens place on the top, ones on the bottom, anytime I regroup. Every single time I regroup. So like I said, stack it, step 1, step 2, separate it based off its place value, and go ahead and make that rectangle. So I can go ahead and put it in, and anytime I regroup, I just stick it on up there. Now that looks like 10 minus 9, which it still is, and I put 1, and my 4 minus 1 is 1. And again, that's my answer, 11. So anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Please check out this video. Please practice some problems. Thanks, and have a blessed day.